For thousands of years, people have turned to alcohol, sometimes for celebration, sometimes to relax, and sometimes to escape reality. It has been a part of cultures, rituals, and traditions worldwide. But while alcohol is widely accepted, very few stop to think about its deeper effects. It's not just about how it impacts the body, but also how it shapes the mind and spirit. Many spiritual traditions believe alcohol does more than just alter consciousness. It disconnects people from their higher selves, weakens their energy field, and makes them more vulnerable to negative influences. Others argue that it's just another social tool with no deeper impact. In this script, we will explore where alcohol comes from and its hidden meaning, how ancient civilizations viewed alcohol, the unseen effects alcohol has on the human energy field. By the end, you may start to see alcohol in a completely new way. Alcohol isn't just a drink. It has a long and mysterious history. The word alcohol comes from the Arabic term al-kuhul, which originally referred to a fine black powder used as an eye cosmetic, kohl. However, ancient alchemists saw a much deeper meaning in the word. Al-kuhul was believed to be a body-eating spirit, something that could separate the soul from the body. This is why alcoholic beverages are still called spirits today. The distillation process was thought to extract the essence of a substance, and some believe alcohol does the same to the human spirit when consumed in excess. Though alcohol is commonly used today, its original purpose was quite different. Many ancient civilizations treated it as a sacred substance, but they also recognized its potential dangers. The Sumerians used alcohol in religious rituals, offering it to their gods. Ancient Egyptians linked wine to Osiris, the god of renewal and fertility. The Greeks believed wine was connected to Dionysus, the god of joy, madness, and divine ecstasy. Even though alcohol was seen as a gift from the gods, many spiritual traditions warned that it could alter a person's state of mind in dangerous ways, opening them up to dark influences. Not all religions and spiritual paths view alcohol the same way. Some forbid it entirely, while others allow it in controlled amounts. Islam prohibits alcohol because it clouds judgment and weakens self-control. However, Muslim alchemists in the past played a key role in developing the distillation process that led to modern alcohol. Buddhism and Hinduism believe that alcohol disrupts spiritual growth by making the mind restless and harder to control. Christianity takes a mixed approach. While wine is used in religious ceremonies, the Bible warns against drunkenness and loss of self-control. Most people think of alcohol's effects in physical terms. It makes people feel relaxed, dizzy, or uninhibited. But what about its spiritual effects? Many spiritual teachings say that alcohol does more than just slow down the body. It also weakens a person's energy field or aura. The aura is like an energetic shield around a person. It helps protect them from negative energies, bad influences, and emotional instability. When alcohol enters the body, it lowers a person's vibration and creates gaps in their aura, making them more susceptible to negative thoughts, emotions, and even outside energies. Spiritual teacher Rudolf Steiner, founder of anthroposophy, believed that alcohol separates a person from their higher self, making them easier to manipulate by external forces. This could explain why some people completely change personalities when they drink too much. They become more aggressive, careless, or emotionally unstable because they lose connection to their deeper awareness. Even modern science provides evidence for what spiritual traditions have said for centuries. Studies show that alcohol reduces activity in the frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, self-awareness, and impulse control. This means that when a person drinks, They think less about their actions. They are more likely to react emotionally instead of logically. They lose their sense of inner awareness. From a spiritual perspective, this means alcohol lowers consciousness, making it harder for people to act in alignment with their true selves. Many people describe feeling empty, confused, or disconnected after drinking too much. This might be because alcohol blocks the connection between the mind and the spirit. Alcohol doesn't just affect one person at a time. It also changes group energy. When many people drink together, whether at a bar, nightclub, or party, their energies mix in an uncontrolled way. This often leads to lowered inhibitions and reckless actions, increased arguments, aggression or fights, a chaotic or heavy atmosphere in the space. This is why many spiritual traditions caution against spending time in places where alcohol is heavily consumed. It creates an energy field that can negatively influence those inside it. The good news is that energy is not permanent. It can be healed. If alcohol has weakened someone's energy, they can restore balance through spiritual and self-care practices. Some ways to repair energy include meditation, strengthens the mind and recenters awareness. Yoga and Qigong helps restore balance in the body's energy. Reiki and energy healing repairs damage done to the aura. Breathwork, pranayama, cleanses and re-energizes the body and mind. However, healing takes time and awareness. It requires a conscious choice to protect one's energy instead of letting harmful substances take control. Even though we know alcohol can be harmful, people all over the world continue to drink it regularly. It's used in celebrations, social gatherings, and even religious ceremonies. But why? What makes alcohol so tempting, even when we know its risks? At the heart of this attraction is a deep human desire for escape from stress. Many people drink because they feel overwhelmed with life. Alcohol numbs their emotions and provides temporary relief. Escape from insecurity. Some people drink to feel more confident. Alcohol lowers self-consciousness, making social interactions feel easier. Escape from reality. Some people drink to avoid problems they don't want to face. But here's the truth. Alcohol doesn't actually solve any of these problems. It hides them for a short time, only for them to return even stronger later. Alcohol tricks the mind into believing it's helping, but in reality, it's making people more dependent on it every time they drink. Alcohol gives a false sense of happiness and freedom. It makes people feel relaxed, brave, or uninhibited, but these effects are temporary and artificial. Here's what's really happening when someone drinks. Alcohol lowers brain function. This makes people feel less worried, but it also makes them less aware of their actions. The body sees alcohol as poison. The liver works extra hard to remove it, causing dehydration and fatigue. The energy field weakens. A person becomes more open to external influences, which can include negative emotions, aggressive behavior, or spiritual disconnection. This is why people often regret their decisions after drinking. In the moment it feels good, but afterward, they are left with confusion, emotional instability, or guilt. Many spiritual teachers compare alcohol to a veil of illusion. It blinds people from seeing the truth about themselves and their experiences. Throughout history, many spiritual traditions have warned about alcohol's impact on the soul. Their teachings align with modern science, which now confirms alcohol's effects on awareness, decision-making, and emotional stability. Buddha taught that any substance that clouds the mind should be avoided because it prevents people from achieving true inner peace. Hinduism considers alcohol a substance that creates imbalance, increasing ignorance and harmful desires. Christianity teaches moderation. While wine is used in religious rituals, the Bible warns that drunkenness leads to destruction. Sufism, Islamic mysticism, compares alcohol to a false path that leads people away from spiritual growth. Some mystical traditions even suggest that alcohol was introduced to keep people weak and disconnected from their inner power. By keeping people distracted with temporary pleasures, they never realize their true potential. We've talked about alcohol's physical and mental effects, but what about its spiritual effects? Many spiritual traditions believe that alcohol weakens the connection between the mind and the higher self. This makes it harder to hear intuition or feel a sense of purpose and direction. Creates energetic holes in the aura. This allows negative emotions and thoughts to influence a person more easily. Makes people more influenced by external energies. Some believe alcohol can even open people up to external spiritual influences, both good and bad. This might explain why people change when they drink. Some become happier, some become more aggressive, and others feel completely different from their usual selves. When alcohol is consumed often, it disconnects a person not just from their body, but from their soul. The good news is that no one is permanently affected by alcohol. Just as the body can detox from alcohol, the mind and spirit can heal as well. Here's how to break free from alcohol's cycle and restore your natural energy. The first step is understanding what alcohol really does. Instead of seeing it as something fun, start recognizing it for what it is, a temporary escape that comes with long-term consequences. Ask yourself, why do I drink? What am I trying to escape or avoid? Pay attention to how you feel after drinking, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Once you see alcohol for what it really is, it loses its power over you. Since alcohol lowers energy, the best way to recover is by practicing habits that restore balance. Some powerful ways to do this include meditation. Helps clear the mind and strengthens spiritual awareness. Yoga and Qigong restores energy flow and removes energetic blockages. Reiki and energy healing repairs damage done to the aura and energy field. Breathwork, pranayama, cleanses the body and mind from the inside out. Healthy diet and hydration. Drinking more water and eating whole foods helps flush toxins from the system. Practicing these regularly restores energy, clarity, and emotional stability. Instead of seeking temporary pleasure, focus on long-term well-being. Spend time in nature. The Earth's energy naturally cleanses and recharges the human body. Surround yourself with positive people. People who inspire and uplift you will help you grow. Find new ways to celebrate. There are countless ways to have fun without alcohol. Music, movement, deep conversations, and creative activities bring more lasting happiness than drinking ever could. The more aligned you are with your true self, the less you will desire alcohol or anything that disconnects you from your energy. Alcohol is one of the most widely used substances in the world, but most people never question its effects beyond short-term enjoyment. We now know that alcohol lowers energy, weakens spiritual awareness, and creates dependence. It gives the illusion of happiness and freedom, but in reality, it prevents people from reaching their highest potential. Breaking free from alcohol isn't just about quitting drinking. It's about choosing a different way to live, a way that is clear, intentional, and aligned with true inner power. The real question is, do you want to keep living in illusion, or do you want to reclaim your true energy and awareness? If this journey has made you rethink alcohol's effects, the next step is up to you. By choosing to live in clarity rather than escape, you begin a new chapter, one where your energy, mind, and spirit are fully aligned. Thank you for watching.